holistic versus Western medicine. Basically, cannabis and mushrooms versus Western medicine. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Nick with New Way Wellness. Super excited to have you here today. If you're just tuning in, my name is Nick, and I'm here to help people find the happiness and love in their life, joy and love in their life. And so, for today, we're going to be talking about holistic versus Western medicine. Basically, cannabis and mushrooms versus Western medicine, because that's been my experience. I am a bipolar, beautiful crazy, and if you're lucky enough to be a bipolar, beautiful crazy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, keep you updated on all the tips and cool mindset tricks that we have here on this channel to help keep you motivated, moving forward through this crazy brand new years. And so today we're going to be talking about, again, the difference in my experience between using mushrooms and cannabis to be able to cope versus having some sort of westernized medicine. So I will, disclaimer, I am not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm just a beautiful crazy that is out there in the world just like you, and hopefully this will resonate with you. Doobie-doo-bye. So where to begin? Well, let's start at the beginning. You know, like most of us, maybe you've had some bad experiences with Western medicine, as I did. You know, when I first got diagnosed bipolar, I was 18 years old. And it was really difficult for me because I was doing crystal meth. I was on all sorts of drugs. And if you're, struggling with addiction right now, it can be really difficult. One of the hardest things about being a bipolar is that you're always looking for things to help you just regulate. And so I was taking a cocktail of maybe about 5 different medications, from lithium, Klonopin, all sorts of different, Seroquel, Wellbutrin, Abilify, all of these like antipsychotics, antidepressants, things to help me stabilize my mood. I was still all over the place, though. I was just like, I was self-medicating. After a while, they were like, oh, you have to get blood work done. And as life turned out, I wasn't able to continue with my therapy because I lost my insurance, and then boom, I had to stop taking my medication. Well, I chose to stop taking my medication because I was like, this isn't doing anything for me at all. I stopped that. I was about 23 years old, and life was hard. I relapsed after 4 years of sobriety. I got back into drinking pretty heavily. I was living in Nashville, Tennessee. And since then, I'd just been unmedicated. My wife passed away a few years ago, and I became a single dad. And that's when things got really sticky. And I chose to pursue a job where it was all up to me, and I was never my best boss. A million ideas going through my head. I coped from the time that my wife died with cannabis and psilocybin mushrooms. So, because I had such a bad experience with westernized medicine, and it was just really difficult for me. I still would have mad mood swings. I would still be really volatile. Maybe I would take like a macro dose of mushrooms, and it might help me integrate my spirituality. It definitely helped grow my spirituality, which has been a huge part of my journey here, as increasing my spiritual connection that has really aided in me gaining more perspective on what's happening in my body and in my mind. Anyway, it just wasn't really doing the trick, and I lost a really great relationship because of it. And I was like, that's it. I just can't live this way anymore. And so I decided to get back on westernized medicine, and I'll tell you what, unfortunately and fortunately, it was made a huge difference in my life. Some of the pros and cons from my experience while taking medicine, if you're a cannabis user, or you want to stay all natural, or be holistic, there's one question you got to ask yourself, and it's really clutch. What is your quality of life? How good are you feeling about your life right now, the way that it's handling itself, the way that you're handling your ups and downs? Is it actually working? Do you have the ability to regulate yourself, or are you still seeking things outside of yourself to help bring things up and down. 3 things I really liked about cannabis and mushrooms is that with cannabis, I always felt like it was just really good to keep me down. I wouldn't get upset. I wasn't as volatile, you know, and I just loved the way that it felt. It helped my body a lot. You know, cannabis is an anti-inflammatory, so it's great for that. And I just found I really liked being high. It made music sound amazing. I am a musician, so it made that a lot better. And number 2, I love microdosing on psilocybin because when you hit it right, boy, oh boy, it's just like everything is beautiful and everything goes right and things feel good. But it doesn't sustain itself. And number 3, I hate the man. I hate pharmaceutical companies. I hate the way that they run things. I hate everything about westernized medicine. I feel like westernized medicine led to the demise of my wife. If you've ever had a bad experience with westernized medicine, it's just a bunch of bullshit, you know. Those were my 3 main reasons for sticking with this holistic way of medicating myself. And then I had to ask myself that question, you know, what is the quality of life? How well am I handling the things that are going? You know, am I a good example for my kids when I'm sick? You know, am I forming good relationship with my parents? You know, I happen to live with my parents, and like that was super important. Me and my mom, woo-wee. You know, leave a comment in the description below what you want your relationships to look like, what they look like right now, you know, because that makes a huge difference in your environment, in your life. Are you able to keep social friends, or have you distanced yourself? As a bipolar, we're really good at putting up walls. Here are 3 things I really like, unfortunately and fortunately, about being on westernized medicine. I take 150 milligrams of Lamictal. Within 3 days, I felt completely balanced. I was just shocked. I was like, wow, this is just, oh, where was this like 6 years ago? You know, but you have to go through the shit. Appreciate the light. You have to go through the contrast. So that's my favorite thing. First of all, I got immediate clarity. Now, that may not happen for everybody, but you don't know until you try. And for a lot of people, you know, it's just like it's up and it's down. But I feel like I had a lot of the great tools that I'm looking forward to sharing with everyone here. From yoga to spirituality to philosophy to mindset, all those things played a role in the way that I'm conceiving myself and the way that my sickness is playing out. Number 2, it's consistent. It's super consistent. And I just, the quality of life that I now experience with this mood consistency is amazing. And not going to say you're going to get it right on the first try, but it's definitely worth a shot. And number 3, my relationships have gotten a lot better because I've gotten better. I've been able to get more streamlined. I was able to put together this channel. I got all the shit that I needed, and I'm actually motivated to fulfill my dreams and actually starting to believe in myself versus allowing those intrusive thoughts that just, those intrusive thoughts I think are the hardest things to deal with. You know, of course, I did have to change, you know, and learn about my attachment styles. I had to learn a lot of different things in order to be able to get here, but I have to say it did make a huge difference. So I don't know, everyone's on their own journey. Leave your comments in the comment box below, letting me know kind of what your take on westernized medicine is and what your take on cannabis and mushrooms is, you know, and it's a hell of a journey. So yeah, that's my spiel on that. Hopefully that was helpful. Again, my name is Nick with New Way in Wellness. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for watching. This is a dream come true to even be able to get on here. So click subscribe if you are a beautiful, crazy bipolar, just like myself. We'll see you on the next one. All right, everyone. Love you so much. Bye-bye.